So we're after 9 o'clock. Is Randy not on yet?
Doesn't appear to be.
This is Tiffany. I'm unaware if he had something come up, so as far as I know, he should be here. I guess we could wait X amount of minutes, maybe 10 minutes. If I need to run the meeting, I can.
Hey, Tiffany, this is Bill.
Hey.
Is your internet working at your house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mine's not. So
I know, you're not that far
away
from me.
Yeah.
No, the lights were flickering last night. It was bad, but I have internet because I'm a cord cutter now, too, so my TV is internet, and no issues.
Oh, okay. Are you on Wave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, just me, apparently. Or so me locally, I should say.
Yeah, they picked on you. Yep.
Lovely.
Hello, this is Rory. I'm here now. Sorry, I'm late.
Is that you, Rory?
Yes, this is Rory. I'm here now.
Hi.
Are we still waiting on people?
Yeah, and we're waiting for Randy.
Okay.
Oh, he just texted me 5 minutes. Sweet.
All right. Good. I hate being in the technological backwoods here in Burien. I have terrible internet. It's just atrocious.
It seems to be a theme this morning. Lots of internet issues. It's been pretty horrific weather.
Can anybody hear me right now?
Yes?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure the mute worked with my headphones.
There's some background noise if you want to mute it when you're not talking. Otherwise, we can hear you. I don't know who that is.
It's Chris. I'm muting when I'm not talking. I'm driving my mother to the airport, so.
Okay. Hello.
Gonna have to deal it. All right.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jacob.
I can hear you.
Okay, we're just being libertarian late. Okay, cool.
So everybody does know I have that sine wave today, so I'll probably be cutting out a little bit early.
Yeah, Chris. Some of the rest of us do too. We'll see. We planned it for late enough that I kind of was sure that the meeting would be done. However, considering it's not started yet,
Yeah, I was super excited to see Kitsap join in too. So normally it's just Thurston that does it every year, and then SoCo joined, and now you guys did. So now we got 3 counties doing it. It's pretty awesome.
Very, very awesome.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I'm just starting my conference. Yeah, no worries. I'm here at East Central Community Center, so you don't have to forget some of the distractions here. We'll go ahead and get things started here.
Randy, before you begin?
Yes, sir.
Real quick, I just want everybody listening, we need to do a better job, myself included, of announcing our name and position before we speak. Once the meeting starts, obviously we're just on free time right now, but once the meeting starts, we all need to do a better job, myself included, of just announcing our name before we start.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate the reminder. Okay, let's see here. All right, got the recording started. Okay, so I call this meeting to order. Mr. Secretary, would you please do the roll call?
Randy McGlynn.
Present.
Tiffany Diaz de Leon.
Present.
Roy Leckband is here. Jacob Lamont.
Present.
Brian Simonson.
Present.
Bill Johnson.
Here.
No.
Chris Roloff.
Yo, yo, yo.
Sonny Patterson.
Here.
John Shrivers. John Shrivers. Anthony Welty. Anthony Welty. Raylene Lightheart. Raylene Lightheart. Joey Mullins.
Present.
Emily Hurtley. Emily Hurtley. Jason Fonville. Jason Fonville. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have 8 members present. So 8 out of so we have every position currently filled spoken for. So
Okay.
I will compute the quorum and stuff. You can proceed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the emergency meeting minutes, since we already approved November's standard monthly meeting minutes?
Yes. That's Brian Simonson, Region 2.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve the emergency meeting minutes.
Tiffany, I second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion regarding the emergency meeting minutes? Any edits, changes that need to be made? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
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 And the minutes have been approved. Okay, Mr. Secretary, your report.
So I have prepared the membership dump from LP National into individual dumps by region and by county, and I'm prepared to send those out as soon as I get NDAs back from all the reps, and I have yet to send those out. But those will go out today. We had a meeting with Andy Burns with LP's National's IT department about database services, They currently have 20 state parties using the service already. It seems to be working well. And they have, just a little bit of background, they have it's not just Andy. They have an entire department with several people working on the staff. They have a lot of support, and this looks to me like a long-term plan for leveraging database technology for membership retention, for um, doing walk lists, all of that stuff. The platform they are using is City CRM, but it is heavily customized. And like I said, it's important to note that they don't just have one or two people doing it. It's several people on staff doing this, maintaining it. And they are still developing it. They've spent about 60 grand on this already. And they're looking at an operating budget of like 50 grand for the entire country, all states included. Once they get everybody on board. And so the initial figure to bring a new state on board is about $2,000. And that's doing everything, transferring the data, massaging the data, getting it in there right, all that stuff. And that's all I have to report.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Chris Roloff, Region 4. Excuse me. So, if I am correct, and I don't know a lot about the technology, but this would remove our need to implement a Civi CRM project, which would presumably save the state donors quite a bit of money. Is that correct?
That would be correct. Can I add real quick, just to characterize that better? So the value here, by doing it their way, is that you have, rather than having to have our own staff take care of this, and there's a certain amount of labor that has to go into it in order to make it work right, as we well know now. By doing it through LP National, we know our data is going to be safe because it's with people who agree with us, right? And they have a staff to take care of this that are professionals, that know what they're doing, and it's proven. They've got 20 states already doing it, and they're trying to bring on more. They got 2 more that are already in the process of onboarding. So this is, if we were to not do this, we would probably end up being the only state not doing it. It's going to become a national phenomenon for us. So yeah, the cost goes down, the hassle of trying to maintain it is eliminated. And we get most of what we want for I think, a really good price. But that's something we'll talk about.
Hey, Rory.
Yeah.
Will this help us with world domination? I'm sorry. I had to throw a joke in there. Everybody seems so...
Well,
sorry.
No, Jacob, we're libertarians, so we want to take over so we can leave you alone.
Exactly. Okay, I'm on then. No.
Okay, any other questions for Rory? Okay, well, let's move on to the Vice Chair report. Madam Vice Chair.
Okay, firstly, I wanted the board to know that I was laid off 8 days ago. And again, that's what it was. It was a laying off. It was a consolidation of my region. So I am technically unemployed, but happy to announce, and this will be formal within 72 hours. I've been working with Jacob for the last week, and I will be Kokesh's financial director for the campaign on a national level as my day job. And we're doing big things. So I just wanted to make sure the board knew that was twofold. Again, like I said, I was laid off, so my world has changed quite a bit in the last 8 days. I have submitted all of the receipts of the transactions that I have done in the past year or so. Generally, a treasurer would do those transactions, and they're simple transactions. They're all on the up and up. We have to rent our mailbox, whether it's like ordering banners, really kind of actually pretty small stuff. Even the decor from the last convention, I submitted those receipts in a nice PowerPoint and took photos of them. And I'm glad I kept the receipts. If I would have given them to the past treasurer, the chances of us having those receipts at this day would be very slim, according to the pattern of behavior of getting our property back. Let's see. I am on the convention committee, and I know we're gonna be talking about that later, so I won't go too much into that. But I am trying to help Layla a little bit. I talked to her on the phone for an hour and a half. She's doing a wonderful job. We're really lucky to have her doing this. I didn't even realize she has like a master's degree, and she's really smart. Yeah, she's doing a great job. What else do I have here? This isn't a big deal, but I do have the button maker back in my possession. I was fortunately given a tub of hardware. That's why I never run out. But I don't have the little plastic slips. I can't imagine they cost that much. Anywhere from like $10 to $25, I'm assuming. I would like to purchase some of that maybe under Chris's budget or whatnot. That's not super like top priority, but if I could just, I just want to make sure you guys are aware. I wanted to do that. And I didn't want to pay out of pocket for that one.
Miss DeLeon, please take that out of my budget. Thank you.
Okay, cool. That's all I got.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. On to my report. So I think just touching on just the mood of things, I just want to reiterate, I know that things are pretty stressful right now regarding the investigation and hearing going on with the Judicial Committee. And just wanted to speak a little bit regarding that. So there are a number of our staff who are working with Judicial right now to make sure that they have all the information that they have. It takes approximately 60 days. Well, they have up to 60 days to deliberate on that issue, to which then we'll have a result back from Judicial regarding that investigation. So because of legal requirements by us and just for the sake of ensuring a fair investigation, obviously we really don't have the liberty to talk about much about the details. I know a lot of people have been asking questions, and so I appreciate everybody's patience, especially when we're taking a lot of heat from membership regarding just the lack of information or the appearance of non-transparency in this issue. Obviously, we're doing everything that we can, and I appreciate the hard work that everybody's been doing to try to get through this as quickly and as effectively as possible. So the convention committee chair, Maya, obviously, as we all know, I asked for her to step down and ultimately have terminated that position at my discretion. We'll be discussing that later in this meeting. But one thing that I think is very important, and I just want to put this on the record, that this wasn't a matter of ability in terms of effectively planning or putting together a convention. This was more about teamwork. This was more about being able to be a team player and working with our diverse spectrum of membership and people that we have in this organization. And obviously, members had approached me about their concerns with that, and that is the reason for my actions that took place. And it's definitely disappointing that unfortunately it was taken personally, but we have to move forward, and we are. And of course, we have a new convention chair who I'll be asking for confirmation at this meeting. And we've already seen great results and great dynamics of teamwork there. And I think that we'll be able to build on what Maya had already started. And she did do a lot of great work in terms of getting the major pieces of the convention put together. And I don't want to take away from that. I know she did a lot of work, and I know her team did a lot of work together. So, whether it's appreciated or not, I'll be sending my thanks to that effort. So, but anyway, that's all I have, unless anybody has any specific questions for me.
Randy, this is Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Can you, there's been some people asking online about what happened to our past audit committee. Roy Runyon, who you know, or who we know, was actually deathly ill from pancreatic, not attack, but anyways, he got so sick and he's not part of the party anymore. So sometime in the next X amount of days, or can you just put out a quick statement regarding what happened to the past audit committee that exists
Absolutely.
no more?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you. Yes, I'll work on a statement for that, for the membership, and for the record, which you summarized pretty much. Roy Runyon was pretty much the only person on the audit committee. He never built any other members for that committee. So we did get that information back, though, earlier this year. So what we'll have to do is we'll discuss maybe some next steps and what we should do to bring that committee back into focus. So, but I will put out a statement regarding that.
And for the record, Randy, can I also just state and piggyback on top of what you said? The documents that were handed to Roy were the documents handed to me by David Traynor. It is an accordion folder. It was in my possession. I met with Roy Runyon after the audit committee was voted in after the last, the 2017 2.0 convention, which I met Roy Runyon on a foot ferry. When he dissolved, he gave those documents to Daniel Hoden. Daniel Hoden gave those documents to our past treasurer, May 5th, at the in-person meeting at the Poodle Dog, where those documents still exist. So if and when we have an audit committee that has a desire or want to look at those documents are not in our possession. That's all I got.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to the regional reports. Emily, I was not sure if some of the information you were posting was for the region or for your department. So I had put both in the agenda. Did you have anything for your region, Emily?
Emily felt really sick last night, and she's not available.
Okay.
I have her report, though, for community relations.
Okay. Due to the circumstances where I'm at, I just need to relocate real quick into another room. So, Tiffany, if you don't mind taking over for just a moment for the department reports, I'm going to relocate into another room so I'm not getting background noise that'll distract the meeting.
Okay. Per agenda, we are at line item 6, region reports, region 5. Go ahead.
Region 5 is not present today.
Oh, okay. Okay, that was the one person I think that actually submitted a report, but I don't have the report in front of me. I just have the agenda. Okay, we can move forward. So department reports, communications director, Chris.
Chris Roloff, Communications Director and Region 4 Representative. I actually wasn't planning on presenting because I knew I was driving to the airport this morning. I mean, I can give a quick update where I have been in communication with people on the convention committee. Obviously, nothing official has happened with the committee yet. They've just been discussing stuff. When that happens, we will begin to roll out communications, working with Emily as well and the convention committee, to start pushing sales of tickets, etc. There is a save the date already on the main page. And that is about all for me, other than the fact that this is probably a question for Randy. We need to get those email lists up and running so we can communicate with everybody, not just on Facebook, the convention upcoming. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Technology Director, I'm not sure if she's on.
It was her anniversary. So this is Joey.
Oh,
I do
okay.
have her report if you want it.
Please. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. It says items that has happened on the website since last meeting. The $25 membership button was fixed. Reflects the current $25 annual membership. Very, very big thank you to Randy McGlenn for helping to correct that, along with additional occupational fields for proper reporting. All the other membership levels were removed. Pending SEC discussion on membership fees and additional donation amounts. Upcoming events have been added to the website. Thank you to Christopher Roloff and Catherine Iverson for providing graphics and information. Kelly's asking if anybody has any upcoming events to let her know so she can add it as well. The LP Washington Constitution has been added to the site. Thank you to Jacob Lamont for that. The footer and temporary links that were at the bottom of the page have been hidden until more information will be added to it. There's quite a bit of whining about that. Let's see. Kelly's also asking if any of the reps have additional information from their region to please give her content for it, to either get it to her, to Emily, or myself. The about page she's still working on to add in more links to it as well. She's working on the convention page at the moment as well. One of the areas that she's working on and having a little bit of trouble is a renew membership. Along with donation page, she's working on for splitting up different donation types. In case you want to donate to a specific cause. One thing she's asking for is for the chair letter for the introduction. There's no pressure. And if anybody has any additional information or ideas for the website, to get it to either herself, Emily, or me. And that's all she has on here.
Well, Joey, thank you. I know that the ongoing theme from her is she wants content, and she's happy to put content on the website if people give her content. And I think she's buttoning up most of the bios. I know that you and I were helping her try to get some of those last-minute bios for like judicial and some of the departments. So that's good, folks. I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I just have to put it on mute. I have to talk to my family real quick.
There's also additional information that we're trying to get up there as well. Like we're working on getting links to different websites, not just social media, but outside Facebook, outside social media, for different Liberty pages. So if anybody knows of any sites, if they can get them to me, I can add them to my list.
Great, thank you. And I can jump back in now. I'm in a little quieter room until for the time being. So since Emily is out sick, we'll skip public relations report and on to the legislative directors. Daniel here.
I'm sorry, what was that, Randy?
I'm just looking for Daniel for the legislative director's report.
Yeah, I know he emailed us a report, but I don't know if he's here.
Okay. No problem. We'll just skip through that then. Okay, we're on to new business. At this point, the next item on the agenda is the convention committee chair confirmation. Layla Bush is the candidate for confirmation. Is Layla on the line here, or is Layla on the bridge here?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent.
Layla, if you'd like to just address the board real quick on just to discuss what you've done and what you're going to do regarding the convention, anything else that you'd like to address to the board, we'll give you a couple minutes to do that.
Yeah, certainly. So far, we've mostly been just trying to work together to on what Maya has done so far, which is most of the most difficult work. And so we're trying to just get everything together and get everything organized now so that we can get tickets for sale as soon as possible. And trying to confirm Maj and come up with a plan for what we want to do with him. I know there's been a little bit of, I know some of you may not be on social media, and there's been a little bit of weirdness with the candidate training for Sunday. And they've been considering doing a separate event, and I'm trying to work with them to make sure that they feel welcome at the convention and we can have them there at Sunday so we don't have kind of separate competing events, because that's just not good for anyone. And I want them to feel welcome. Other than that, we've been just doing a lot of discussion about themes and ideas and goals, and we want to try to keep things affordable for people, but at the same time, get as much money for the party as we can. We're thinking about doing some merchandise sales or something like that, maybe to help subsidize so that we can keep ticket prices relatively lower. Other than that, right now, my main priority is getting the tickets up for sale. Now, after that, we're probably going to take a little break for Christmas. And then we'll work on all of the other speakers and getting everything lined up for Sunday. And that's about it. My main priority is just getting everything working and functioning well. And, I am willing and game to talk to anyone. If you have any issues, please just come to me and talk to me. I think that's it.
Great. Thank you, Layla. Okay.
One thing, Randy, this is Joey Mullins. What I gave was the technology directors, not the community relations.
Oh, did you have the community relations report?
I just got a message from Emily. She has a more up to date, and I think she's logging in right now.
Okay.
Good morning.
All right,
Sorry, guys.
Unless there's any objection, would we be able to go ahead and move back to the public relations report? Any objection? Okay, go ahead, Emily. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you. Sorry, guys, I just woke up. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base with everyone and let them know what's going on and some things that we'll need help with. And pardon me, I'm still looking to pull up my report. So right now, Joey and I are working with Kelly to create content so we can really beef up our report. Our report, our website. Pulling up my report right now. Okay, here we go. So right now we have lots of things that are underway. And did everyone get an email of the report? Randy, that I sent out?
I think I've received a copy. Let me see. I have literally been working nonstop since Thursday evening because of a number of projects. So you'll have to forgive me if I don't have the specific info. You did copy all of the board members though? Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So. Thank you, Randy. I believe in Kelly's report, we're giving everyone a deadline of getting their bio and picture and contact information by either January 15th or the next SEC meeting, whichever is last. If you have any questions about that, please let me, Joey, or Kelly know. We are working on building a members-only volunteer platform as opposed to purchasing one, which purchasing is always an option. We're still working with Kelly to see what all features and functions we can implement. We're going to update the donor platform to cover more options. Event calendar. Yeah, we're going to have a couple of different event calendars up. Sorry, I'm going to try to be quick here, guys. Here's something that I could use the help of the SEC, and this kind of falls under the purview of growing your region. While I'm creating a membership packet, a kind of a welcome packet, I could use help building some voting information by county. If you go to your county's website, like I know Clark County has this, it gives you all of the districts and voting information. Now, I have a district map of voting districts across the state, but if you could find any local voting information pertinent to your region and forward it to me, that would just save me a whole lot of time Googling, and I would appreciate that. And then I'm going to also try to build a members-only resources page just for staff. So if any staff members, like anyone on the SEC or anyone who is in charge of anything, needs something, you can request a certain graphic, you can request updates to the website, you can request information for statements, that can help you with campaigns or rallying, and then also help yourself grow your leadership skills. We are also, the Community Relations Department is writing our role responsibilities and policies and procedures just so we can have that transparency that everyone's looking for. Moving on to merchandise. I want to put merchandise up on the website as soon as possible, but I need help sourcing cheap methods of printing. And we have a lot of different ideas for things to create. But I'd like to hear your ideas as well. And if you have any connections on actually creating products to sell, then let myself, Joey, or Kelly know, please. Moving on to Poli-Sci 101. This is something that I had mentioned as creating on the website just to create a more welcoming environment for people who are new to politics. If you've ever taken a Poli-Sci course in college, I would appreciate you letting me know. I'd love to pick your brains about curriculum and different things that you've found helpful in your political growth. And back to welcome packets that are being developed. We're working on creating something to either digitally mail out or print mail out, depending. Obviously, digitally is going to be much cheaper, and we're going to take the cheaper option. And there's going to be, I provided a list of everything that I can think of being in there that I think would be absolutely necessary and cost efficient, but still welcoming. And finally, business cards. We're working on, I think Randy already came up with some designs, but he's already, he's also sent me some marketing images to design other cards. And if you'd like to order any business cards, please notify me. And I know we're coming up on convention, so we only have a few months. So I was thinking, you know, if you wanted just a few, that'd be fine. That's all I've got. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. If you have any ideas, I'm always open to that. Sorry if I was a little choppy today, guys, but thanks for bearing with me. That's all I've got.
Thanks, Emily. Just wanted to touch on the business card design. And like you mentioned, with the convention coming up, been kind of holding off. But if you're able to very easily make a few cards, that sounds great. I did have some designs that I've been working on for the business cards. And just wanted to make sure we had a nice uniform branding on those. But I'll get with you on those as well. And also I have a couple sources that I have available that can make a fair amount of cards for relatively inexpensive. So we can talk more about that. So I'd like to get back to, I'm sorry, what was that?
Just great, thanks.
Oh, okay. Okay. Moving on, I'd like to get us back on our agenda here. So everybody got an opportunity to hear from Layla. So at this point, does anybody on the board have questions for Layla?
Mr. Chair, this is Roy, Secretary.
Go ahead.
My question is, the business item is to vote on confirmation of the
Correct.
Convention Organizing Committee Chair. Is this a requirement of our bylaws to approve them, or is this just a vote of affirmation?
It's a vote of affirmation. It is in our bylaws that appointments are to be confirmed by the board.
I see.
You've done consistently with all of my appointments. Was appointed in absence of the board under the circumstances, so she has been operating in lieu of that confirmation, which is why the agenda item is before us today. Any other questions? Okay. All those in favor of confirming Layla as the Convention Planning Committee Chair, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Layla. I appreciate your efforts so far. We're looking forward to a fantastic convention. Next item on the business agenda is membership payment processing. Kelly had been talking with me regarding some of the just with reporting to the PDC and the FEC on how our funds are brought in. And it was recommended to me that our membership due fees are processed separately from our donations. And we have not done that in the past. And so what has happened is anybody who is making monthly donations at $25 had met their requirement for membership. So based on some of the logistics in reporting to the feds and the PDC, That is not a recommended process that we do. So we will be splitting the monthly donations from the membership criteria, and we'll have to send out a notice, and we're working on doing that. Kelly has been putting together information about our current memberships and people who are currently still providing dues and or monthly contributions. So we'll be sending a notice out to let people know of that new requirement. What will happen is effective January 1st, all those who have been submitting monthly contributions will have a membership expiration date of December 31st. And then they'll be required to make a separate $25 membership dues before the next December 31st to maintain current membership. I know that this is going to probably be perceived as a little bit of a hassle, and we'll definitely work with our members and try to explain the circumstances and the reasoning why. And we'll see what we can do to potentially make that easier for our members. But at that point and going forward, January 1st, any monthly payments will be considered donations only. I don't think there was any needs of a motion on this unless there was something from the board that wanted to be considered regarding that, and that's why the item is on the agenda. But does anybody have any questions regarding that so far?
This is Rory, Secretary. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So the plan is to, on January 1st, you're going to give all the folks who have contributed monthly donations, you're going to give them a membership expiration of December 31st, 2019?
Correct.
Okay, so they're getting a full membership. Okay.
Yes, sir. And thank you. That's a very good distinction on clarification there. And thank you for pointing that out. Yes. When I meant December 31st, I meant December 31st of 2019. So 1 year from the last day that we're considering monthly contributions to count towards membership. Any questions? Okay. All right, at this point, we're at the open discussion. If anybody who's on the line that wants to speak at open discussion, if they're able to message their representative, actually, I mean, if we're able to keep this pretty concise, if anybody wishes to speak, they just need to speak their name and request to be addressed. We'll recognize them, and then they can discuss anything that they like for up to 3 minutes. And then just to remind everybody that at this point on the agenda, no motions can be made for any discussions in the open discussion, but you can submit items that can be considered for next monthly meeting. So at this point, does anybody have anything for our discussion?
Randy, this is Tiffany. I have one item.
That's good.
And your phone's not coming in so good, but I think I'm coming in okay. I wanted to let everyone know that during the November in-person meeting regarding Maj, we came up with $800 out of pocket with pledges to make this happen, and Rory pledged $500, and I just wanted to make sure the board knew that that was mailed to our mailbox and deposited. So in case... Yeah, so so I just wanted to make sure people knew that was already happening. I pledged $100, which I still need to get to Jacob, and I'll be doing that shortly. That's all.
Sonny Patterson.
Go ahead, Sonny.
I also committed $100, but I don't know where to send it or what to do with it. I've been wondering that.
Okay, you can send it to our mailing address, And either one of us will be able to message you that information, and what our mailing address is. Tiffany or Rory could probably get that information to you. But if you want to send your check or money order or whatever to that mailbox, they'll get it in deposit for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else?
Larry Nicholas.
Nicholas, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question on this PDC reporting. We're, as far as I understand it, with the PDC, the only thing we have to report is anything to a PAC. We don't have to report our exempt or operating budget or other expenditures.
Not necessarily to the PDC, but we do have to report some of this activity to the IRS, and there's some other requirements, I believe, to the FEC as well. And because we intend to provide financial support to any candidates that are approved through our candidate support committee, although we did cancel that this year. But going forward, if we want to do that, we want to make sure that all of our accounting lines so we can do that properly without any problems.
FEC or federal will only be if we involve ourselves in a federal election, congressman, senator, president. In IRS, when I looked at it, we had to have over 100 grand or something like that in revenue to even do a report. So at the time I looked at it, we were well below any threshold for IRS.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, and actually, I know that Kelly is working through that, and she's got all the regulations on that. But if you might want to reach out to her, she might have some more specifics for you on that. As I'm not Kelly, Kelly Manning. She's our tech director. But
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, anything else? Anybody else? Okay. At this point, we'll go ahead and set our date and time for the January teleconference meeting. Does anybody have any suggestions for a date in January?
Mr. Chair, this is Rory, Secretary.
Go ahead, Rory.
I suggest January 19th. It's a Saturday.
I was just looking at that. That probably would work. I don't think I had anything going on at that time. Anybody else have any problems with the 19th, or does anybody else have any other suggested dates?
It's Brian Simonson, Region 2. I think the 19th would also work for me.
Okay, excellent. All right, so we have a couple people that have chipped in for on the 19th. Any objections to that at this point? The 19th at 9 a.m.? Okay, so I'm headed to set the date and time for the next SEC meeting for January 19th at 9 a.m. via conference. And I believe that is it. If we can have a motion to adjourn.
Brian Simonson, Region 2, motion to adjourn.
Okay, so moved. Is there a second?
Bill Johnson, Region 3, second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those say aye. Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
1 hour on the dot.
Yes, that's awesome.
That is great.